So sometimes a phrase flashes through the teaching that is loud and clear and kind of shocking. This was very profound today. The line that came out of nowhere was, "The future is not your friend." You can digest that if you want. Living for the future, living in avoidance or afraid of the future, living hoping that better things will happen in the future is misdirected. The future will take care of itself one way or the other. Most of us live, in a sense, distracted by everything, distracted by thoughts that we don't control, imaginations, fears, hopes, ambitions, desires, pleasures, and looking to the world to provide all that. And the world will provide it, but that's not what it's here for. So when it's not here in the moment, it's the future. I will find a chocolate bar or ice cream in the future. I will have a career in the future. I will find the person I love in the future. I will end up devastated and traumatized by the future. It goes on and on and on. The journey of the spiritual seeker is not future directed at all. The journey of the spiritual seeker is to find this moment now. And it is amazing how programmed we are not to do that. We are programmed to learn and take the lessons and take it up the ladder and go to first grade and eighth grade and high school and college and get a degree and get a license or whatever the things are, all directing us toward the future, which, is partly necessary because that's how life sort of works. But the real journey in life is to this moment now. This moment now contains the future, it contains the past, it contains everything you want or are looking for in this lifetime. And it is shocking how few people find it because we are so distracted by the search for comfort, pleasure, all the fulfillments that we are looking for down the road. We are so driven by those things that sitting still and finding the moment, finding what is here, is rare. It's just rare. The meditative life is to sit still and do what Rudy said, which is effort over time. Effort over time is not just building a life, it's building depth, going deeper into the moment, into this moment. If you are looking for a future tense in this moment, like if I get to this moment, I will then have something, no, that's not it. This moment is the very thing itself. When you truly find or settle into this moment and then go deep into it, all past, present, future is there. Everything you are looking for is now. Now, you've heard this from spiritual teachers, and you can hear it from me if you want over and over. But the reality is, where you want to hear that is in your own inner core driven being, the part of you that says, this is important. I want to do this. I want to go into my being. I want to go into what I am, who I am, what is, not I will be and where I will arrive at down the road, but now. If you can begin that journey in sincere terms, meaning not just once a week, occasionally, when I'm feeling tired, when the universe isn't giving me what I want, that's okay. But I'm telling you, the real practice, the real journey in the spiritual universe is deep present tense. I gave a talk last week about being and how we are called human beings. We're not called human doings for a reason. It's not about doing. Doing is what happens, but it's best when it happens from the being inside. When it starts to be directive, when it starts to bring about what it wants to bring about, and you serve that being, that immediate present tense being, things happen. Things happen. Now, you can't program yourself to do it to get a result, because that's not the idea. The being itself is the result. It is manufacturing its true reality all the time. And you are a part of that. Should I call you a servant? In a way, in a way. If that diminishes you, I feel badly because I don't mean it to diminish you. Being part of being is, let's put it in a different terminology, is being part of the very radiance of existence. A better terminology. Learning how to be is how to radiate, how to fill the world with your light. And if you have any concerns about the future, the best thing you can do about the future is shine your light into it. But it's by doing it in the moment. Shine your light into this moment. Let it be, let it glow, let it radiate itself now. And the best way to do that is sit still and go in. And if it's dark and shadowy, go deeper. Ask for help to let go. Ask for help to let go of your need for something down the road. Ask for help to be present and see what happens, because this very core being, this core radiance that you are, is not that hidden. It's functioning all the time. And if you don't feel it, it's because you're lost in some past future tense. The past and the future are little reflections of the being that is there now. And the being that is there now is accessible, but it takes work. It takes practice. It takes effort over time. And if you can make that effort over time, you will start to discover this unbelievable, non describable, indescribable truth of being, the truth of being. And it will use you, if you will, for its own purposes, which are, in a sense, your purposes. You are only here to be that, to be an absolute emanation of that. That's why you're here. And everyone around you needs you to be that, because most people are not that. We get caught up in future, we get caught up in past, we get caught up in searching for the pleasures and the comforts and the joys of life and whatever, and running from the fears and the dramas of life. We get caught in that. And people who are caught need help. And the best way to find help is to find those around us who can go inside and be a source of direction, comfort, joy, stability, love, and light. And that's why you're here. You guys are here. There are not 500 million billion people sitting listening to this talk. You know, why are you? Why are you? Why have you guys driven here? Why have you made the effort to come? Why have you turned on your Zoom? Why? Because something in you knows what I'm talking about or really wants to know what I'm talking about. But more importantly, the world needs you to hear what I'm talking about and to become that which is the very thing that is being spoken of here. This is not just words. It's not high school. It's not college. It's not figuring it out and going, okay, I get it. It's not like that. It's completely different. It's about, oh, ah, yeah, amazing. Oh, that's really what it's about. Hard to put words in it, hard to put directives in it. It's just the reality of what and who we are collectively and individually. And the individual is not even a complete reality, it's a part of source. And therefore, the collective nature of us is astounding. And the ability to serve and to help others who are not there, who are lost, who are still seeking it in the next hot fudge sundae that they're going to go get next Tuesday, or the friendship that they're hoping will bring them joy every time they ever get together. These are all nothing wrong with the journey through life. But I will tell you, because of my own whatever it is unfolding and the things that I am going through now as a kind of infant in the realm of pure just being, the stuff of doing is visualized, seen, perceived as something like a waste of time. People craving their going out to dinner, going to the movie, waiting for the TV show, the day-to-day stuff of life. If you look at it through a certain lens, it's like, no, no. I mean, you can do it. You can have all that. You can try to experience all that. Nothing wrong with it, but it is not the reason, the purpose, or the essence of what you're here to be or do. Being can manifest in infinite ways, including the joy of having a wonderful bite of something to eat, of hugging someone you care about, of having a wonderful moment in your life and career. Yeah, all of that's part of being. But when there is only the doing to get there, and then to get there again and again and again and again and again, that's uh, that's the doing realm. That's looking for satisfaction. That's trying to find the thing that will take care of you. It's not out there. It's right here and now. And I tell you that because everything else is kind of a waste of time. And when much of what I'm talking about dawns on most people, it's in the last milliseconds of their life. And that's late. That's late in the game because if you sit for your whole life and you do this practice, you realize it is, as Rudy said, and many do, a life's work. It's not a 2-minute work. It's not something you just do on your deathbed. It's too late. I mean, not really too late because you have infinite time and space and being in which to arrive at everything we're talking about. But be there now, do it now, be here now. This is it. This is it. This is the opportunity. And the joy of it, if you want to call it the reward of it, is immediate once you touch it. It's like, and it's indescribable, really. And what's happening when you get done with doing, when you say, I'm done with all that, is the being just starts to take over. It's not that it hasn't always taken over, it's always been there, it's always been your directive. But noticing it and going, really? And saying yes to this unbelievable force, which is, creating the sun to move around the earth, the the trees to bloom, the fish to feed, the birds to come to the bird feeder, whatever all that is happening in the most extraordinary, miraculous way. And for you to be one with that unfolding, with the hug of people you love, with seeing beauty everywhere. This is what it's about. And the deeper you go in it, and the more of the you that's striving falls away, the you that is just present glows, it radiates, it becomes this source element that helps everyone and everything in this world. And what an unbelievable thing to do. And every one of you is here for that. Why else are you here? I mean, you may think you're here to get wisdom or you're here to get spiritual rewards of some kind. And, okay, in a way, there will be rewards, but the person who gets them is going to still be a problem. And I talk about that every week. Everybody who's here transactionally to get something for you, you still got to get free of that you. You have to get free of it. And the only way to get free of it is to go deep enough inside and see what a little tiny fragment of an imagination that you is. It's not really very important. It's good. It's a nice thing. We all come here to have a you, to have a person and a persona. But when you start to realize what that persona is, you go, that was beautiful, but enough. I just want to be the thing that radiates through that persona. I want to be the thing that makes joy possible in the world, not for the me, because you are already that, but for everyone else to be able to touch that and to know when they touch it that they go, wow. And they start maybe even to have a idea that they can go there, that they can find their way there. And I'm watching it happen in people. I'm really watching it. People have been coming here and gathering, and people have been asking for guidance and help. And this little bit of light shining, it's taking hold. It's absolutely finding its way into people. And I see it, and I see the difference between the arrival of it and the depth of it. In most cases, it goes in, and it's a very shallow experience in the beginning. But if you take it on, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper to places you cannot imagine. And it is a profound gift that you discover the who and why and the what of your being. As I've described many, many times, and this is important, part of the teaching of this awesome reality is that it sometimes disappears from your awareness. It steps away. Even for the great saints, it steps away. And I am learning as I go on my journey, and I've said this many times, but I will repeat it because you have to remember it. It's going away is maybe part of the best part of the work because it involves you finding the thing that I think is maybe one of the most important ingredients in the spiritual journey, which is trust. When it's not there, trust that it will be. Trust that it returns or it shows itself when it must, or when you ask from a certain depth or perspective. It is a training ground of experience in this spiritual journey. And when it doesn't appear to be working for you, trust that it will. Trust is so important in this. Trust it in the moment. You may think trust has to do with future, but it really has to do with present tense because it's an actual experiential reality. The fact of trust. You're taking another step and you are trusting that something will be there, like the ground will be there. And then if something happens like, God forbid, a flood comes and washes you away, you may lose all your trust. You may lose everything that you believe in. You may fear, and your whole life suddenly disintegrates in a drama that you do not want to look at or believe can happen. Does this happen? Well, if any of you have watched the news in the last couple of weeks, you know it can. Can it happen to you? The answer, depending upon where you live, the answer is yes. But what they're really saying is everything prepares you except for the finality. Finality, even the great teachers, even the Christ figures, then the Christ himself was not prepared. Take this cup from my lips. Did not want to go there. Finality is pretty terrifying, I think, for being. It is a cataclysmic moment. Are we all going to find it? I think so. You may think it's peaceful, but ultimately, I think the moment of leaving everything you know and believe in is really challenging. That's where trust as the core element, the disappearance of all certainty, but trust that it will be there becomes the guidance. Trust. So let go of the future to whatever degree you can, because it's not your friend. You don't need the future, it will show up. Let go of working for the future and serve this moment because it will serve you better than anything you can possibly imagine. Show up. Will the present tense moment go sour at some point or disappear or not support you? Probably. And what can you do when that happens? You can go, and you trust. That's the journey. But when you have had moments of enough illumination and light and beauty and joy in your life, and I have been blessed with that, you come to understand that you can flood the world with it. You can if you want to. And everybody here, everyone who's listening to this, can flood the world. And I would love you to do that because you're all beyond capable of taking care of everything and everyone around you and more. You don't have to leave your beauty in the hands of people right next door to you. You can share it with everyone, and you can even go into the abstraction of the universe itself. Give your light, shed your light, be the light, and do it for this moment because that's the only place you're ever really going to be. Give what you are at the core, go deep if you haven't, and find it, and then bring illumination and beauty and light into the world because that's why you are here. Thank you. Love you guys. Okay. It's nothing new here, nothing new, but, it has to get said. And then the biggest part is you got to hear it. And then you have to, I'm going to not use the word do it because that's not the right word anymore. You have to be it. You have to be it. And being is not hard. You're doing it all the time. Every second of your life, you're being. So stop doing, be the very thing you are. I guess I'll ask for questions. Does anybody have any
I have a
questions?
question.
Okay, Shelley?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
You talk about being able to feel that place of being, that it's just right there. And when you were saying that, I notice that I feel that place more when you're talking after the meditation than during the meditation. And this today's meditation, actually, I felt a lot in my body, which I don't always feel. So it's not like I get that. But in terms of like, does Shelley feel that being place? I feel it more when you're talking, and maybe because my mind is quiet because you're talking. I don't know. But I just wanted
Exactly. That's exactly the answer.
to know.
Because I know your mind. I know it very well. And I know it pays attention as a mind and it likes to have something to attend to. So talking is like, oh, I can attend to that. Not talking, the mind is going, yeah, it goes through this whole thing. And I know it does because I've known you for a very long time. The thing that's so powerful in you, Shelley, is underneath this is love and trust in a massive aspect. It's just who you are. But the mind part of you is very dynamic. It has been, and it will be the work of your life. And Mark will have to help you with this to finally go, I can't, that doesn't help me anymore. It just doesn't help. And you will start to see that. And the sitting still, the absolute quality of stillness without mind starts to radiate a experience. And it's not mental. It doesn't have to be cognated. It's like a feeling, or beyond that, beyond a feeling, it's a kind of knowing or a kind of certainty that doesn't have to be cognated at all. It's like, oh, you don't have to put it in any perspective. You don't have to put it in a category. It's just there. And I know it's there because I've known you for a very long time and it loves you. It just loves you. And so I can handle your mind. I don't care in a way that your mind goes through all of this stuff, but I would love for you to have the experience of freeing yourself of that part of your journey. You can go back to it anytime you want. You can engage the mind whenever you want. It's the disengagement that's the trick because everybody's good at engaging the mind. Disengaging the mind is a rarity. And as Rudy said, quoting my old teacher, the mind is the slayer of the soul. It gets in the way. It just gets in the way. And you have to learn how to not deal with that. I had a really horrific dream the other night. I don't want to go into the whole, well, I'll tell you, Bruce's stories. The dream was that ice came into my house and took Blanche and I away separately. And I kept saying, but why me? They didn't answer a single question, not a question. And I could not protect my wife and I could not do anything for myself. It made no sense at all, but we were being separated for the rest of our lives. I couldn't get my pills. I couldn't get my warm clothes. I couldn't hold on to my wife, who I treasure. And they were taking me away. And it was like the worst dream. I mean, just horrible dream. And I felt anger in me that was really relevant, was really important because I didn't know I could kill people or would want to. But I was, all of that stuff started to show itself. And I was going, wow. And I'm trying to explore that. And then something in me, and this comes out of the meditation, and I've always talked about it, and it's really important. And the meditation, in the voice in my brain, something somewhere said, nope. And I stopped the dream and I stopped going down that road. I stopped exploring where all that could have gone because it was really compelling. Everything about it was like, oh my, this is horrifying. In the world, who knows where things are going? It was all future but dream experience. And I just said, nope. And I have learned over the course of my meditational life that I have power over that stuff. And it clicked off. I went back to sleep and I woke up in the morning with this field of green something and then flowers, yellow flowers popping up one after another after another. And I woke up in the morning with flowers blooming and ice was out of the picture altogether. I said thank you and I spent the morning in joy. So I share that because we have to get to the nope phase of our brain where we can start to turn off all that stuff and we have to stop engaging all that, whatever it is. The mind is really going to go in all these different places. And if you're very engaged right now in quote unquote the news, you know, the future is not bright, right? It's a complicated moment for we all know that. I'm not saying anything new here, and it's moving fast. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I would say if ever there was an opportunity and a moment to go pull in to the nope and into the what is, the what is at this moment is flowers blooming. It's really stunningly beautiful. What will be, I cannot tell you, but I also have had this experience in the last weeks of it has always been thus. This has become really powerful for me. Nothing that is happening is different than the history of humanity and the history of the world. And I think I said it last week when said I was watching a show about dinosaurs, and dinosaurs on the planet were just as bad as we are. And so they were just eating each other and killing each other and doing all these things. This is Earth. I don't understand Earth. I don't want to try to make to apologize for the reality of life on this planet. But I also know there's something else going on here. And everyone who's listening to this talk right now, including me listening to the voice speak it, is it is learning to trust. Just trust being, whatever that may be. Yes, it can get tough, and yes, it can be ugly, but the reality of this moment is let your mind go and just trust this, whatever this thing is. I can only tell you it's beyond anything the mind can comprehend, and it's more beautiful than anything you could ever dream. Okay, I'm overdoing this. Um, can we say goodbye? I think we will. Thank you for being here. And, yes, see you next week, same time, same station.